Hey, y'all know me, dropping in, spread a little tea, and you know how we do it, so let's get right into it. I'm starting this live off feeling some type of way. Um, I'm about to let y'all listen to a live that took place, and it's in reference to Team Bree, whoever had this little boy who's has leukemia, and he's a big supporter of Latruth's Mr. Latruth Robert. And she had his page taken down. They reported his page, and his live is with his mother, and she's going to get a background of how her son met Mr. Latruth and what Mrs. Latruth thought about when he went to meet this little boy, what she had to say about it. I'll be back with my commentary.
We ain't speaking on nobody names, not even the husband. We're going to refer to these people as the husband, the wife, you know what I'm saying, etc. You feel me? We don't want to refer to nobody name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So let's start with telling these people who you are. You know what I'm saying? Let's tell the people who you are, how you connected to the situation, and who you have, how you have. Let's just tell the people a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the things that has happened to you today.
Okay.
All right.
My name is Chandra.
Uh-huh.
I have a little boy named Michael Dixon. A lot of people know him as MJ Strong. We have been standing strong behind a certain individual for a while. My son has been following this person. Those that have that know who we are, my son loves to dance and sing. So he's not an average 9-year-old kid at that time. He was an average, he's a music person. So he's been following this person forever and was just obsessed with this person.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna take my Cash App down, and I'm gonna put your Cash App up, because when this story goes up, we want to help you. We want to help you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's
I get that. I get that. I want to do this. Let me do this, please. Okay, all right. So
let's leave yours up there, because you doing this and this is the right thing, and I think it needs to get out. So you doing this, blessing you is definitely going to be a blessing to me. Blessing you is going to be a blessing to me. Yes, it will be.
Well, still,
Yeah.
We can go ahead and have this conversation. They asking for your Cash App. They ask you for your Cash App. So
okay.
I kind of want to help. You know what I'm saying? I want to help your son too. If any kind of way that we can help him, I want to be able to help him as well.
Okay.
So let's put your Cash App up here. For the
really
time.
And truly, it's not even about money. If everybody can text MJ to 61474, you can try to save my son's life. That's all I want to do, is save my son's life. It's not about no Cash App. It's not about no money. It's just if y'all can text the letter M and the letter J to 61474 and join the registry. It's going to reply with the message for you to join a registry of a bone marrow. That's all my son needs, is a bone marrow.
Say that one more time.
Text MJ to 61474. And I just put it in the message.
61474. Okay, so
when you text it, you're going to see a reply that comes back.
Okay, y'all texting that? I just put it in the chat. All right, so I'm trying to pin it. I don't see it in the chat. Okay, there you go. Okay, I got it pinned. Okay, so y'all, we're going to have this conversation. All right, now, if you can, let's get back into that conversation that we was having. I wanted to make sure we pinned that.
Okay.
So now, let's start by let's start back with explaining how you connected to the guy.
So, my son used to come to me all the time, and he was just like, "Mom, look, look, look," and kept showing me this person's page. And I'm like, MJ, I don't know who that is. Mom, this is the next big thing. This is the next big thing. And I'm like, okay, boy, if you say so, everybody you say is gonna be the next big thing. I was like, okay, MJ, I just blew it off. Like, okay, okay. And he just kept on and kept on and kept on. So one day my son made a TikTok using this person's music. And everybody started lagging onto it. And he was like, I told you, Mom, I told you, Mom, I told you. And, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This person reached out to me. They were traveling to Texas for their mouth. They got their mouth done in Texas.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, are you close to the area? And I was just like, I was shocked. I was like, this is a scam. This is not really this person. I was like, it's a scam. I blew it off. And I'm sitting up here like, man, and I looked again. I seen the blue check mark. I said, I hurried up and called back. Didn't answer. Hurried up and called back. Didn't answer again. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that call. I'm like, I was really shocked. But then eventually he called back again. And he was like, are you close to this area? And I was like, where are you at? And then when he said where he was at, I was like, I'm like about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour out. I can definitely be there. He was like, okay, bring little man. And I would love to meet him. And I was like, I don't want to say nothing to my son. I didn't want to say nothing. So I was just like really shocked. I grabbed my babies, both of my boys, really, really fast. And I was like, hey, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I was telling them that we was going to go to this little go-kart place up there. It's Austin Parks and Pizza. So I was like, y'all, let's go have fun. Let's go to Austin Parks and Pizza. And they was like, okay. They was excited. I did not say where we was going. But when we was driving, my son said, this ain't Austin Parks and Pizza Way. This ain't Austin. He was just excited. Make a long story short, I pulled into Walmart parking lot.
Right.
We met at a Walmart. Pulled into Walmart parking lot. And I'm looking like, oh my God, I don't know what this, I didn't want to call to throw it off. So I was like, So I started texting back. And the person wasn't getting my text messages. And then I finally was like, okay, oh, please don't tell me this was, a gimmick or this was, like this is not real. And finally I seen that this person checked my messages and said where they was at. I parked, I spotted him. And I said, y'all, let's run in here real quick. Let's run in here. Like, I gotta use the bathroom, let's get something to drink. And then we're going to head over there. And we at the Walmart. And my son's like, we can get something to drink at Austin Parks and Pizza. I don't want to get nothing to drink here. I was like, come on, boy. Come on, let's go. Got him out the car. As soon as he seen him, he screamed. He ran. And it was just like, it just put a smile on my baby's face. It put a smile on my baby's face. And he talked to him for a little bit. I let them talk by themselves because I was still shocked myself. And he was just standing there. By this time, my son is speechless. He's just like, I can't believe this is real. Like, this is real. And he just stood there. They talked for a little bit. He was nice to him. And during this time, this person had just found out that they had cancer. So they was going through their own thing, So I was thinking to myself, this person took the time out from his life with his illness to still travel and make a point to see my son, put himself at risk to still meet my son, and it was crazy. And then I was just being me, I would like to meet your wife, hey, would like to meet her, but prior to that, the conversations, I guess his phone didn't hang up on one of the contacts that we had.
Okay.
And she was not, what are you doing? Just the fussing in the background, like bickering, like, that's not, you worried about everything else. Is they paying you to do that? Is you, is you getting paid to, it was just like a big thing. Like, I don't know if
all over him going to meet MJ.
Yes. I guess because when they come out, you got to pay for their previews. You pay for their services. That's pretty much any big celebrity like that.
Right.
You pay, so I guess knowing that he did it without payment, it was a big thing. It was, are you getting paid for this? We got this, we got that, around that time they was trying to get ready for the wedding and get ready for so much, but it was just, I don't think he meant for me to hear that.
Right.
But when I heard it, it was, like, dang, this is crazy. And,
how did that make you feel when you heard that?
I immediately I immediately just looked at it like that's the world we live in. Everybody do everything for money. You know, everything is for money.
Right.
But I looked at him differently because it wasn't about money.
Right.
He didn't say, yeah, I'll take this picture for $500 or I'll take this picture with your son for this. He did everything genuinely from his heart. He was kind. He asked him if he wanted anything. He was just there. He took the time out of his own time. He could have been doing any and everything else, but he took the time out of his own time, and he waited because we drove an hour, almost about an hour and 15 minutes to get down there by the Austin airport. And he waited, literally waited. And it just, I don't know, you know, that's what melted my heart about him is that you didn't know my son. I could have been lying. My son didn't have to have cancer. I could have been a whole scam. I could have been a criminal trying to rob you. I could have been anything. But he put himself in the line of life to still step out there and do it.
That's what you call a genuine. That's why you know, listen, this guy is a genuinely good person. Like, I don't know that man. I just feel, you know, like I said, I'm connected to situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what compelled me to start speaking out about this whole situation. And now we here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now we here. And let me see. Okay. Now, what's that right there you just showed us? Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah. Right.
When I say my son has everything logoed, that he has the cups, he has the sweatshirt, he has everything logoed. Like, everything is about this person.
So he's basically like a number one fan of him.
Yeah.
He's a huge fan of him.
Yeah, he is. And so after that, he was like, anytime, you know, y'all are in the A, we got this. And I was like, hey, we're going to have a drive down there. And I was explaining, we have this big, huge event going on down there.
Right.
And we wanted him to be a part. He was like, yeah, you can come out. We can, you know, anything. I would love to, you know, meet you and show you around, you know, everything. Like, he was just all for it.
Right.
It was time for the event in Atlanta. And out of the blue, we couldn't reach him. Like, no calls was getting answered. Or it'll get a text back, I'm busy. It was just always something. And then I just, as a woman, I got the intuition that I guess I might be causing problems in that marriage, or this situation might be too fresh or whatever. So let me just back off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let's see if MJ can try it. So we got down there. I was like, MJ, you can try, you know, you can leave a message, or, you know, you can call and, you know, go from there. And MJ tried, and when he didn't get an answer or reply, I was like, MJ, you know, he's busy. You know, like you said, he's big. He has a lot going on. You know, he's supposed to be the big thing. So I try to cover it up and sugarcoat it.
So you basically had to cover up the fact that he wasn't pulling up all, and we know why it is that he wasn't coming, all because of the wife being insecure and jealous and all her narcissistic ways. Okay, so now once he didn't show up to that, there was another big name, somebody even bigger than him, that did show up. You know what I'm saying? We all know Mr. Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? That did all the time and had cancer, which is how the husband knows him. These people are all survivors of the same illness, terminal illness. Listen, this is a major thing, man. People like that do not need a platform, y'all. They don't. I understand that it's some people that's probably watching that supports her on a regular basis, but we giving y'all some insight as to who this person is, you know, and why it is that y'all shouldn't be trolling people comments, taking up for this person, and this, that, and the third. Why y'all shouldn't be doing that. Now,
so and the person that showed up for my son, you know, it didn't deter my son completely from the person that he really wanted to see, but it still put another smile on his face because he got to see somebody bigger, you know, somebody that's really, really out there, somebody that's known, you know, that's known. And even though he still thought about that other person, my son's event turned out great. When I tell you turned out great, this other person, I think, knew what was going on because they was expecting for this other one to come also, because that's how I met this one, was
Right.
because of, so it was crazy. And when he didn't come, I don't know if the other celebrity felt like, dang, did I get hung out here by myself to do this by myself or what? Like, I'm expecting you to be here too. You know what I'm saying? I met this kid through your page.
Right. They probably had a conversation about it afterwards, and he probably explained to him, what he couldn't explain to you, but you understood it, anyway. And y'all, hey, listen, y'all in the section, hey, man, let's give her a hug, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's give her a virtual hug. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's give her a virtual hug. And we wanna apologize for what you and your son had to experience during that experience. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, don't gotta tag nobody in my comment section. Please don't do that. I don't want y'all to do that. I don't
definitely don't say no names, guys, because I'm gonna tell y'all my son had a platform.
Yeah, let's get into that part now of what happened just last night, between last night and today. What happened?
I was in.
Hey, hold on, real quick. Hey, y'all, go and delete that name that y'all put in my chat. Please delete that name out of my comment section. We don't want any trouble over here. We want to raise awareness the right way. We're not trying to do anything out of character or anything. Now, let's get down to what happened between last night and today.
So it's been actually about the past couple of days. I was in a certain group and I was taken up for this individual. On my personal page, on my son's page, I was like, we this over here. I got nothing but love and respect for this person right here. And we was just taking up for this person. Everything was positive about this person. And then when somebody said something about the opposite person, it was always something said, and somebody snapped back and said something. Make a long story short, my son's platform got shut down for incitement and threats. So when you say another person's name, it's incitement and threats. But all this took place after this person already made physical and verbal threats over the internet that they supposed to go and have all these pages shut down.
Right.
Well, those pages to get shut down, mine was one of them. My son's page was one of them. The MJ Strong page.
Let's be clear here, guys. She's talking about a page that was made to raise awareness to her son's condition. Y'all don't understand. Like, that's a deep situation. You don't do these. Listen, man. Yo, I wouldn't care. Do whatever it is you do to me. These are kids. And this ain't even just a kid. This is a kid with a condition. This is a kid with a condition. If y'all are watching this right now and you are team anything, if you are believing in the things that this person has told y'all don't understand what's going on. This is deeper than that. You understand what I'm saying? This is deeper than that. And it needs to be made aware of the type of person that this woman is, and it need to be brought to the public. You know what I'm saying? And it need to be out there. So, okay, you go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to get that up.
Yeah. So it was just, I had, it was me and another person that was for the husband.
Right.
And when she was getting attacked and getting phone calls, I had got attacked and got phone calls. So I happened to join somebody else that was going against him's live. And I was like, why are you looking for me? You don't know me. Why are you looking for me? And it was a big thing. Of course, that hit the shade rooms. That conversation hit the shade rooms because this is another big creator that, was doing it. That was team her, And so I was like, why are you looking for me? Like, I said what I said. I'm for him. I have this much, and I know this for myself, personal experience.
I think I've seen a piece of that where you had come, you that called up there and it was like, I stay in such. You know what I'm saying? I think I've seen a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
I gave my location because you're calling around trying to figure out who is all team this, and then when you realize I was in Texas, it was like, okay, we fit to find her. This, she got a platform. She got 77,000 over there. Okay, yeah. And, kept asking about me. So people screenshot and was sending it to my inbox. And I'm like, why? I don't even know who this creator is. I don't even know who this creator is. Like, you know, but let me tap in over on his page real quick and see. And I tap over there, and he got all kinds of jokes. I'm like, okay, well, you ain't got to look for me. You ain't got to look too far. I'm going to join your live and give you my address. You know, because when it comes to your kids, you're willing to do anything.
That's right.
When it comes to your kids.
Now, I want to say, I seen that guy is not a man. He's not a man. He's got a male body, but he's not a man. And there is no respect for a person in a man body who can disrespect, who can even side with that. You already know that this guy's really looking for he's looking for brownie points from that other creator that's larger than him. He's trying to grow his platform by any means, and that ain't the way to do it. Now, if you're gonna talk about somebody, and let it be in good faith. But what he's doing and going around and being that type of person, I don't see how he even got a platform. I don't understand that. And he was making them threats and stuff like that. I don't understand how he got a platform.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, I joined it, and, you know, it was crazy. So anything that I said to support the person we were supporting, it was negative backlash. On my son's page, they jumped over there and, oh, you just, you this. I mean, they just, the hate came, the angry faces came. Like, it was like crazy. So I was like, yeah, and I went alive. I did a live, and I said, if y'all have anything against me, I have a page. I have a personal page. You know, y'all can go over there and say something against me, but don't bring this to my son's platform. When I knew that they found the platform and all the stuff was coming to the platform, I knew then. I sat there and said, I had got a message from somebody in one of the groups that I was in. And when she told me what happened to the group, I immediately knew. I said, oh my God, I already knew I was next. I already said I was next. And, you know, the group got shut down a couple of days. And I was like, oh, maybe I slid through the cracks. You know, maybe having this page was a blessing. Maybe this is going to continue to help me pay my son's co-pays. Maybe this is going to continue, you know, to get through when I can't work and I'm with him. So I said, maybe I just slid through the cracks.
Right.
I went to bed last night. And then in the middle of the night, I had to use the restroom, kept getting phone calls. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? That's when everybody's like, what's going on with the page? What's going on with the page? What's going on with that? And I said, wow, couldn't log in, couldn't do nothing. And then I went to my email. Then I checked my notifications and got, hey, you're inciting riots, incitement of riots, inciting something, and making threats. And I was like, I ain't threatening nobody. I haven't done anything. So, you know, like, what's going on? And I screenshotted it and I sent it to another creator. I said, what does this all mean?
Right.
And they said, did you comment? Did you say something? Did you say something about somebody? And I said, huh? And I was like, wow. So they went through, and I didn't lose my page. I'm pretty sure like they was hoping, but it restricted me for 30 days.
Right. So you restricted right now for 30 days because because they came on your page antagonizing you and pushing you to a point that made you react. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To whatever it is they said. You got to understand, for her to react, I mean, you know, she's only human, and people are gonna react, especially when you have a child with the condition that she got. Yeah. You see what I'm saying, y'all?
Violence and incitement.
Right.
So anytime you go to anybody's page and you start there arguing back and forth, and y'all go back and forth about it and say something and a name is involved, they can hit you if you got a platform.
Right. Right. And I've been and I've been looking at the rules and things like that to what it is to you know, the community standards and everything. I've been looking at them. So I just want to say, I want to add and say, hey, locking in, right? Y'all see the thing, y'all see what I have pinned right there. Text MJ to 61474 and let's save MJ. This is her son. Her son has cancer, and we're trying to raise awareness, and we're trying to save MJ, y'all. Well, give him a little bit about. Let's talk about MJ for a minute. What's going on? Is how's that going?
Right now we're in a good place. When I say God has truly been good, despite the odds, man didn't give my son long. Anybody that know anything about leukemia does not have a cure. My
Right.
son was diagnosed at 9 years old.
Right.
We are in year 2 of his battle, and they gave my son, they didn't give him the 2 years. We made it to the 2 years by the grace of God and just prayers, and me being the mom that was just, I stopped everything, started traveling with my son. We do bone marrow drives. They came across a trial drug called Belintumab. They call it Belina for short. And I put my son on Belina. And it's just a trial drug, something that they're trying to figure out, to help these childhood cancer kids that's battling leukemia. And it just so happened that this trial drug was helping my son, and it's keeping the cancer. They don't see no traces of the cancer right now. That's the little bag that he was carrying with the constant chemo running. So we went back, I want to say October, November. My son went back, and they didn't see no traces of cancer in his bone marrow. But that's anything that anybody that know anything about leukemia knows, that's what leukemia does. It can stay dormant where you can't find it, and then it'll come back out, and that's when you see a lot of the kids pass away. You can't do anything about it. The only cure is a bone marrow, because leukemia is in your bone marrow, and that's what supplies all your blood. So we've been looking for my son a match. He's been on the news several times. We've talked about it. He has a news story where the news anchor is talking about, and the doctors is on there talking about the cure and how MJ needs a match, and his best match would be through an African American. Leukemia is rare for African Americans. We're known for sickle cell and sickle cell. Leukemia is known for a lot of the Caucasians, but for my son to be an African American and for him to catch it, it just put him in a rare stance, and he has a rare mutation because of his genes. So it's all back to genetics. And when it goes back to your genetics, if you have a rare mutation, it's going to be harder for you to find a match for somebody to match you.
Right. Y'all, he said, okay, so what does texting MJ to the 61474 number do exactly?
When you text MJ, if somebody's already done it, it should come across. I'm already on the I've already done it because he's my son. But when you do it, when you create a message, so in the 2 part, you're gonna put the 61474. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. So for 2, I'm gonna do 61474. In the message part, I'm gonna type MJ.
Okay.
And so when I send it, you see that reply that came back?
Right.
Thanks for your interest in joining Be the Match Registry. Please follow the link to get started. So my son has his own link, which is MJ, because my baby is looking. So when you touch that link, I'm going to touch the link. It's going to open up a link, and it's going to go to Be the Match, Save a Life. You can join that registry, and you're not doing it just to save my son's life. It's a whole bunch of kids that's on that registry waiting for their life to be saved. So if you don't, they're going to test you for my son first.
Right.
And if you don't match my son, you'll be on the registry, and they'll run you through a registry to see if you'll match any other kid. But when I tell y'all there's babies that die every day, and it's taking over the African-American kids. And that's what a lot of people didn't know, that the African-American kids are really the ones that are being affected behind it.
Right. That's sad. What is this crazy, man?
This is the only other thing that let me see if it'll let y'all see it real quick. Okay. Okay.
Kids are often taught that despite our racial differences, we are all on the same inside. But as News 10's Rosamund Crown shows us, a Khalil 9-year-old is learning a slightly different lesson as his family struggles to find a bone marrow donor for him because of his ethnicity. All normal kids don't deserve to die. A true 9-year-old MJ has been wrestling with after he was diagnosed with leukemia in February. After his bone marrow biopsy, Everything came back. The cancer was really, really strong in his bone marrow. So his family began the process of getting a matching donor for a bone marrow transplant. Is when you're giving soul to someone? Not quite, but through the process, MJ's family soon learned a shocking truth about bone marrow donations. The tissue types of one ethnicity tend to have a higher likelihood of being a match within that ethnicity. Meaning MJ is more likely to match with someone who, like him, is Black. But donor registry groups like Be the Match say Black patients have the lowest chance of finding a match. There is a 77% chance for someone like me who's Caucasian to find their match. For Hispanics and Asians, about 40 to 50% chance. And for Blacks, a staggering 23%. There is a much lower donor pool in minority populations than compared to whites. That's why MJ and his family have teamed up with Be the Match to host 2 bone marrow donation drives this weekend, especially targeting Black and minority communities. I pray we find one for my son, but if not, I'm gonna be just as happy if they find one for the next John or Joe or Haley. Rosamund Crown, KWTX News 10. Okay, so there are 2 events from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow to find out if you're a match for MJ or someone else who needs it. One is at Fort Hood Clear Creek Commissary. The other is at the Walmart. All the information is on your screen here. That Walmart on Stan Shooter, Luke, and Colleen. Registering is free and painless and done with a simple cheek swab. If you are not able to attend, text MJ to the number on your screen to join the registry. There's a chance to get your pet.
So what's the process of if someone, if let's just say that we're able to help find a match for MJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the process of helping him once you find the match?
Once he finds a match, the person that matches my son, if they work and they can't afford to take off from work, they get paid. So you're pretty much, the company will pay you to come. They'll ask you. They won't tell me if you're a match because they won't get my hopes up. The person has to agree to donate their bone marrow. So when you donate your bone marrow, it's an easy process for the person donating their bone marrow. It's just a harder process for MJ. So at that point, I would have to sign papers because it's life or death for him at that point. Either his body accepts your bone marrow or it rejects it. If it rejected, that's it for my baby. But at the end, the person giving it, you're healthy. Your body's going to rebuild your bone marrow. You're going to keep producing what you need. It's him that needs to accept yours. But I think the person that gives stays in the hospital 2 to 3 days afterwards. My son will be in the hospital for 6 months to a year afterwards. So we've been trying to raise awareness through African Americans. Black people just really don't know. It's a lot more out there, but leukemia is definitely something that it's not like you heard. That's my son's doctor. It's not known for African Americans, and we got it, and we're the lowest on the totem pole. And it's because, it's not something that we're known for.
At this very moment, this situation here has gotten out of hand. It's so sad that I really don't have any commentary right now, but I will do a follow-up to this video. As always, thank you for watching. I will talk to you shortly. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I upload a video.